We need to bring in the King Draw. Do that one, and I need to bring in the Macago. Because I want to show this one off. Alright, let me go ahead and add marker, and away we go. First set post-rotation. What a weird one it is too. Hey guys, let's just go ahead and talk about Neo Revelation here, because, well, there's a fair bit of interesting stuff in here. It's a fairly small set, just like the previous one, but, like, what is decent in here is actually really good. And, well, we didn't get all of it, and we've only got 3 of us here today, so we're not going to get to see as much out of this one. But there's still some neat stuff to talk on. So we'll just go in order, because, like, I didn't talk about everything because I didn't pull everything, so let's just do all of it here. I actually think this Ampharos is really good. I think none of us can field it because none of us actually pulled enough, and we didn't manage to group together enough of them, like, in trades to do it. But 1 energy, flipping 3 coins, and getting lightning to any of your lightning Pokemon per heads is insane, especially when it still does damage as well. Its attack is fine, like 60 if you flip heads for 4 is respectable, 40 plus paralysis if you flip heads. It's like Gyarados' Bubble Beam or Venusaur's Solar Beam, depending on which side you go with it, so that seems pretty good. Blissey we can't play until next set, but it can heal a ton of damage counters off itself. Super Scoop Up maybe? Oh, not Super Scoop Up, like Devo Spray probably would be fine. But we lost a good Chansey, so not too sure about that. Celebi can sometimes stop you from losing prize cards when he gets KO'd, but it doesn't really do a lot of damage by itself, so it's kind of like a stall tactic that I don't think really does much, so not too impressed there. Crobat is probably the best anti-Feraligatr deck that we have available right now, and it's just a good deck in general. I think Sai's playing this today, and it has a very favourable matchup against my deck of the day, unfortunately, but Cross Attack is just kind of insane. Like, 4 coins, 20 per heads, it's Pin Missile, but if you flip at least 2 heads, it confuses the opponent too. All of the line has got 0 retreat, so Double Gust is extremely powerful with the deck as well, and it's just easy to set up, right? Like, free energy without energy removal being a thing is not hard at all, and it's so disruptive, powerful enough as well. Big amount of HP for something with 0 retreat too. This card is insane, so very good there. Delibird is a meme, nothing more. Entei is really good. You end your turn using its power, but when you play it down, you mill the top 5 cards off your deck. Any fire energy from those cards are actually attached to your fire Pokemon, active or benched, in any way that you choose. It has text on it too. This attack is not bad, like 3 fire, which you power up with itself, 60, discard 2 fire on it. It's fine, right? Super Scoop Up makes this really good. Scoop Up later on will make it better because you can get it back easier, but Super Scoop still works really well. You use this with the Macago in this set, because Macago for 3 fire does 40, but you discard any of those fire to add 20 damage to that. So this can break the damage cap of your previous stuff. Like, 80 discard 2 fire, you know, is actually quite respectable when you're able to accelerate them pretty easily. So, not too bad. Ho-Oh is potentially something you could charge up with it, but ultimately I found this wasn't good enough. Like, I just couldn't ever justify putting it down. It needs to flip heads on either of its actual damage attacks to do anything, but like 3 fire, snipe 40 is pretty good. 5 fire, do 90 if you flip heads is great, but it doesn't do anything if you flip tails. So, yeah, kind of unfortunately a little bit lame. It can charge itself up with Stoke, so early game if the opponent's not on a baby Pokemon is quite nice, but nah, not really good enough otherwise. Houndoom is like one of the only ways to get Dark Energy recycled here, which is fine, I guess. Black Fang is an interesting attack if nothing else. I don't think this does enough outright damage, but I guess if you've got like 3 Darks on you, it does 60, potentially more. Good luck getting all those Dark Energy on one Pokemon though. Decent card, not really one I'd put a lot of investment in here. Jumpluff, this one I think gets a little bit better in Aquapolis when we get the next Jumpluff, because that one's actually pretty good. This lets you just evolve through all of your Hoppips and Skiplooms and whatnot to get to Jumpluff faster, so that's pretty nice. 30 for 1 is also decent, like, for getting rid of, for Alligator, but it really does just trade deck space for, like, attack efficiency, so not amazing at the moment, but would actually get a bit better later. Magneton goes with the Magnemite from the previous set. Again, why they weren't in the same set, I don't know, but whatever. This one lets you just rotate all of your energy around all the Magnemite family that you have in play. So Pokemon Center is really good with this card, actually. And Plasma's pretty nice too. Like, it's not a huge amount of damage for something that doesn't hit weakness, but 30 damage, get a Lightning from your discard pile back. Next turn you can move it to something else. It's fine. Probably not good enough to build a deck on, but still decent. Misdreavus gets better next set when we get Dark Gengar to make it so that you don't get woken up on as easily. Parasong is really good if you can pull it off. Other than that, yeah, kind of whatever. Porygon 2 is very interesting if you're using a deck that has multiple different like Pokemon types going on, especially if they're using Dark or Metal. This thing lets you change basic energy into Dark Metal, or just any other type that you want. So you can very easily go ahead and play like an Eevee deck, where you have several different types going on and trying to hit for multiple weaknesses there. Otherwise, yeah, 1 Retreat is fine. Its attack is bad, but like 1 Retreat is good. The other 2 legendary dogs are decent enough as well. Raikou forces the opponent to switch their active if you attach a lightning from hand to it. Its attack is also decent, you know, like, again, 50 for 3 is fine. You could use this with the Ampharos, you can power it up on the bench and it'll be respectable enough. So, or just use it to disrupt whatever baby they have in the active, or whatever they've got a focus band on, right? It's pretty good. Suicune is a decent tech for Alligator. I'm curious if we're going to see that today from Matt. Crystal Body stops you from taking any other added effects, so a lot of the grass type stuff, which this isn't weak to, they tend to rely on status conditions to bring down the big Gator, and this will stop that. Its attack is also fine, like it's low damage but very high disruption, 50% chance to sleep them, 25 to paralyze. Yeah, it's good. There's not much else to say. Only play 1 of it though, really. Aerodactyl is a very fun one, if nothing else. It will make it so that both players can use their pre-evolution attacks, so long as they can pay for them. Fly is pretty bad, and we don't have Mysterious Fossil until Legendary Collection, but some decks will really enjoy this. Like, if you could get it out in Gator, you'd be able to use Sweep Away without having to switch up from Riptide, so that's pretty cool. Celebi's bad, don't bother. The rares for the legendary dogs have all got 0 retreat, 60 HP, and this legendary body, which basically stops energy removal being a thing, but it also stops you from attaching trainer cards to them, so no Pokemon tools, no Goldberry or anything here, which is very unfortunate, to be honest. You can Goldberry them on the bench, mind you, but still, not really worth it. Entei, definitely not worth it. I think the Suicune was kind of okay, like 40 damage if you flip heads, or 30 and 10 snipe. It's fine. I don't think it's nearly as good as the other one, but whatever. Ho-Oh, this one is kind of intriguing. If you are playing that multicolor Porygon 2 deck, you might be able to do a lot of damage with Rainbow Burn here. You can't use the Porygon 2 to convert to different energy types, but you can just run a bunch of different energy and then convert them on other Pokemon to whatever you need. So you might be able to do 60 or even 70 with this thing, which is quite good, but it's weak to Feraligatr and it doesn't hit anything for weakness, so it's hard to build around. Kingdra is our deck for today. This is a super efficient attacker that lets you use the Seadra from Neo Genesis to do 30 and potentially 10 snipe for just any 1 energy. Very, very good. Twister is also a pretty solid attack. It does do nothing if you flip 2 tails, but for every heads that you flip, you discard an energy from the opponent's active as well. Very solid. The fact that it's got 90 HP and attacks for any 1 energy means that Pokemon Center is super good with this thing. So we'll get that. Lugia is a bit better than last time because it doesn't take water, lightning, and fire to do anything, but to say it's better is just a little bit of a misnomer because it still takes any 4 energy. Remember, double colorless is rotated, so we don't have access to multi-energy for this thing anymore. If you flip a coin for it, you either do 80 or 0 depending on the result. You could just do a solid 40 a turn, but really for 4 energy that's not enough. And I mean, that's the main stuff. Starmie could potentially be interesting, because you can do 20 spread across all of the opponent's Pokemon if they are all the one type that isn't colorless. But it does take a lot of energy, so that's kind of lame. Pseudo Widow literally copies the opponent's attacks, so long as you can pay for them. So you could use this with that Porygon too, and actually be able to use the opponent's strongest moves against him, which is quite good. Flaffy is actually nice too, with the Ampharos. If you flip heads on this, it's just 30 active, 10 to all of the opponent's bench. I hear a lot of flicking going on over there. That's definitely a Feraligatr Riptide going on. Lantern is cool because it can hit multiple weaknesses, since it can change itself to water, but it's a bit expensive for the low damage it has. Parasect is the anti-Gator tech that we need here. So long as this is in play, Riptide can only do 10 damage because they can't shuffle waters back into their deck, so there is that. Otherwise, what else is even good in here? The trainers are kind of good. Balloonberry is a float stone that discards itself once you use it, but that's still pretty solid. Healing Field is a generic counter stadium for those one-hit KO type decks that if you flip heads, heal 20 off your active. Both players get to use it, but if you never give them damage counters in the first place, who cares? Breeder Fields is super good. This is slightly watered down Timer Ball in future generations, but you just get to potentially search for 2 evolution cards from your family of Mons that you are playing, and just bring them out. It's pretty good. And then Rocket's Hideout. This will be better next set when we get more Dark Pokemon involved, but it does give you 20 extra HP on your Darks, so those Rocket set ones, like Blastoise, like Muck, like Jolteon, that were very frail before, are actually pretty good now. There are a couple of shining Pokemon in here. They take a ton of different colored energy, and really, Devastate is a super good attack, but just like, how are you charging it? It's a water type, so you can't Typhlosion on it. And yeah, you gotta discard 2 fire energy cards on this thing. It's like, yeah, no, that's not happening. So, it's pretty rough, to be honest. So, yeah, small enough set. However, we do have a couple, I put them over here, I keep forgetting. We have a couple of decks to play today. Like I said, the main one we're going with is Kingdra. This list is actually really quite good. It's just a little bit weak to Crobat is the unfortunate thing, because Crobat is just a bit too bulky and efficient at going around it. Because your genetic memory, it's copying Mud Splash here. So you do 30 damage to your opponent's active and flip to do 10 to one of their bench. The catch is that this is your general damage output in this deck, and you're mostly trying to outlast the opponent via your 90 HP, relatively easy to set up board and like Pokemon Center. And that's fine, it works, but it's not really strong enough to deal with decks that are playing like 4 Goldberry and stuff like that. However, we do have the Focus Band, we do have the Goldberries here, and Narrow Gym is reasonable enough here, because sometimes you can just pick up one of your Kingdra and just like reuse the parts off of it. But it's mostly just generic Counter Stadium. I can't play Healing Field in here because I don't do enough damage to really justify it. Otherwise, we've got a bunch of Breeder Fields. I did manage to trade for the Pichu, so if we do go against a power-based deck, we'll be able to handle that quite nicely. Parasect is in here as the anti-Feraligatr, because otherwise your matchup is really bad. They can just hit 90 on you, and that's awful, obviously. And as a result, we are playing Grass Energy here too. I don't have Recycle, so I may as well play Grass to attack with a Parasect. Otherwise, yeah, it's just generally good stuffs here. Max consistency, like as much as I can go for. The Horsey has 0 retreat, so it's easy to get into a Cleffa turn 1. And yeah, you're just swinging relatively quickly with efficient energy attacks, you know. Sometimes you build up into Twister. That's probably the only way I beat Crobat, to be honest. So we'll just have to see. The other deck I want to play today, because I think this will be much better against a Crobat, is Entei Macargo. So This one I didn't initially think was going to work, and it doesn't work very well against Feraligatr, as you can imagine, because it is like a fully fire-based deck here. But Macargo can just do a ton of damage. And the one thing I didn't mention with this, if there are any energy on it when it gets moved to the bench, one of those energy goes onto the new active Pokemon. So it's kind of like a mini experience share before it becomes an actual card. And that's pretty powerful, right? Being able to keep your energy in play. It is a bit vulnerable to Double Gust because they might be able to pin it on something you don't want to have it, but it's generally okay. And yeah, you just discard, like 3 discards gives you 100 damage. If you get 4 on, that still one-shots a Gator as well. 2 is the key number to do 80 to one-shot the Croconaw, and you can easily do that. Entei itself, like I've said, can attack as well. It's not too bad, like 60 is still a solid number to hit. And like we've got Magby because it can hit after Focus Ban, lets them survive. Beyond that, it's maximum consistency. The 4 double gusts because you need to be gusting up the right targets for them. You've got a lot of low retreat stuff in here, so that's fine. I only have 2 good manas, so that's all we can play. 3 Mary, picked these up off of Sai. It's actually better than Bill in this deck because you draw 2 and then you put 2 fire energy back in the deck. And then Entei has more chances to actually bring those fire energy out and, you know, charge up your Pokemon. So it's actually better than Bill in here. 3 Misty's Wrath, I did get a couple of these traded from Sai as well. You want to hit your Entei as quick as possible, and we have like 3 Nightly Garbage Run and 2 Time Capsule as well in order to put our fire energy back into the deck. So milling a ton of fire is not a problem, because we'll run through our deck, we'll put 5 fires back in the deck, and then we'll get most of them out with Entei, and just like charge up our stuff super quickly. Super Scoop Up is the best that we have to recover that Entei right now. Its power activates when it comes into play, so you do need to have like the Super Scoop in order to do that. And then it's 20 fire energy in here, so yeah, it's a fun deck though. Hopefully we get to show it off doing something decent today. I initially thought this deck was just going to burn out after 1 attack, like no pun intended, but it actually didn't. Like, it had game against an Evolution deck that was maining Vaporeon. It was kind of scary. So, yeah, should be good. Alright, let's get back into the main Discord stuff itself here, and see how they're doing.
Right, yeah, because you had to element.
And
nice.
Alright, how's it going, guys?
I think I'm about to pull this back into some level of control. Yep.
Got the Parasect, got a Crobat in play. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, seems alright. Ah, I see you're playing the other Totodile for this stuff here.
Yep.
Focus bans aplenty.
This thing is scary.
Oh yeah.
And yet we're gonna do the 40.
Okay. So 40 more doesn't kill me, but...
Ah, you
else.
do have recall in here. Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. I call this deck Toto Recall.
That's actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. Pretty proud of that. Alright, gonna Igglybuff your Parasect.
Yeah. This was one of the expected things for this, yeah.
The other one's prized, so it's a problem.
Yeah. And if I was more worried about it, I would have discussed the Paras sooner, but... yeah.
But this isn't necessarily the worst situation for me.
No.
Because Igglybuff only shuts down on the bench.
Yeah, so if you go active Parasect, this would be Downpour. Guess that's Elm.
I'm just gonna spread one thing out for later on because be some interesting discussion stuff on that later.
So
Yeah, this was pretty much the way that I would expected stuff to be here. It's gonna be a tricky matchup no matter what you do, I think, with this deck, but we shall see.
For the attack. And probably get knocked out. Not ideal. What if I didn't get knocked out though? Cool.
But what if I just decided no?
It's definitely an option.
Yeah, I'm thinking about retreating. Gives me the water, but I can't for alligator because I evolved this turn.
You did.
Yeah, can you? How many water is that, Cal?
Just the one at the moment.
One. Okay, so big Riptide for 20.
I'm fine with that.
No, sorry, I'm just talking out
Yeah,
loud.
that's
all. Call yet.
Yeah, this is one of the few things I found that was potentially problematic about this deck. I see the problem in the discard at the moment, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen this go south before. The only reason I managed to make some of these like as comebacks was because of Item Finder, which obviously we don't have anymore. So it's tough.
I have played this deck before, so I've seen it myself. Trash Exchange going rip is mean.
I may have traumatized him a little bit before Neo Genesis the Saturday there with this one, and we were like, yeah, it's unfortunate the deck dies to super energy removal, but other than that, it's like stupidly busted, and so here we are now.
Yep. It's a real conundrum. I should attach somewhere. Probably be Croconaw. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. I don't want to retreat, which means I will be attacking, probably. Then, what do you do with this information? One in there does 20, leaves you with 70. I guess that part's kind of the same. I do need to fit that. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to Riptide for 20.
Alright, fine with me.
Oh, I just took a surprise card. I apologize for that.
Oops.
Just used to calling Riptide and that meaning...
That meaning everything dies, yeah. Right. I may have done the same thing a few times with certain stuff. I've forgotten baby flips a couple of times in my own test stuff because it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get the Eek off here, it's no problem, right? But like, no, there's a baby on the other side. Like, come on.
I'm also gonna cut 7 for once.
Nice. A lot of evolution search there. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, Master Ball is a generally decent card because you will often be able to get like basics out with it early game as well. But one thing I've really noticed in this one is Pokemon Breeder Fields is like super good if you're playing the Stage 2 deck. And it's like if you have 2 of the same basic down, then it doesn't really matter which one you flip heads on, right?
So we're going to cross attack here. If I get 2 or more heads, it's confused.
Yep, which it is. So now we'll see what the focus band does, which is failed. Okay, so
says no. You didn't. Oh, I guess you did technically confuse me. Just
I think it is the. I'll move. I was gonna move it out of the way for you, but you got it before I did.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine. It doesn't bother me.
All right. So, 3 energy and discard, which means I need 3 more with Riptide.
Yeah,
because might have Parasite now. Go secret mission. See if you got the Parasect. No dice. Magpie. Okay. Noted. We'll go water, water.
Who needs downpour, am I right?
Mm-hmm. What's in here? Ah. Toto for 3.
Ah, did you not have enough of the rage one, or was it just a you wanted a mix?
A mix, yeah.
That's cool. I like the other
Rolls
one. I like the
forward.
Fury Swipes one more personally. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a good argument to play the Fury Swipes. for
Well,
sure.
you've got Recall in here as the tech to play the rage one, so
Mhm.
that's the nice bit.
Yes. I will garbage run.
Makes sense.
Invaders.
It's kind of cool because I did make a video on this deck because I was like, I know you're gonna do this because it's like, you know, coming from about 500 miles away, you know, right? You were trading for it last week. It was pretty obvious this was coming, so I was like, obviously we've got to be able to beat it. And it was like I was looking at potential techs for the stuff, and Recall was actually one of them that I come up with. I was like, I was mostly looking at it as you could Recall Sweep Away and be able to attack with it that way, but like that's mostly because I just didn't really like the Rage Toto that much, just because 50 HP is usually better, but it's definitely a cool option to have. Like, it's so hard to kill this thing quickly that just being able to swing with Rage for 100 or something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Going on another secret mission.
Oh yeah.
2. Alright, take that.
It do just be like that, doesn't it?
7 water there. 8, 9, 10. That's enough. So, you're scary because you could, with better than average luck, just snap back if I fail to focus band and one-shot me.
Yep.
But, I mean, odds are in my favor. There's like a 75% chance that doesn't happen, I think. Well, no, that's not quite right, but it's certainly in my favor. What do I want? I'll Elm here. Yeah. This dude. No more trainers. I think I already counted the water, so we should be good. Shut off Parasect, obviously.
Oops.
Yeah, go for the Downpour. Or Riptide.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Okay.
And then all those water go back in deck.
Mm-hmm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think this makes sense to start getting up. Yeah, we're gonna go for it.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Fuck off.
Oh no.
Needed that. Good to know.
God.
Alright, well, so it's just 4 water to make the dream happen.
You know, this is probably why this deck didn't win Worlds when it was the Owl against it, right? You just flip tails and it doesn't do shit. God.
Let's take a peek at that hand, sir. Okay, no real change here. Okay, that's 4. Discard. I'll go 5. Seems good. 3 there for new build, so downpour 1. And I think that bit gaze Riptide
How many's in there?
would be 4. Yeah.
At least the recycle comes back into hand, but
Did already have the energy, so it's, you know, I'm better than nothing, but not terribly impactful.
sorry, recycle goes back to hand.
I know, but it goes into the thing first.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, that's technically true. Just
I'm not playing any Pokemon Tower, and I assume you're not.
I think there actually is the one in here, if I remember right, but I don't know.
I think I'm going to make a spicy play.
Mmm, that's pretty spicy. Let's see, my Riptide doesn't work, but I can still pitch stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and I'm going to end turn at that.
Okay. Obviously no waters here. 3 prizes up though. It's pretty bad for you.
I think odds are that I can KO this thing before the Alucard takes me out.
Elegant
for
is
sure,
super
but
spicy though, I've got to say. That's
you
pretty
like
cool.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was playing this against a Dawn fan before I realized that Igglybuff nukes Vileplume, and that deck therefore just didn't really work.
Oh,
And
okay,
that was
yeah.
kind of nice there.
Fair dues, yeah. Yeah, we have, I mean, I think Sai built the one that had Vileplume, but we ended up actually not playing the Vileplume one. As when he played Donphan, partly because I traded in Fortress, and so we tried that one out first. But even just beyond that, it's like, yeah, we actually didn't play the.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, we didn't play the Vileplume one because I mean, personally, I don't know if it's like that impressive of a thing. Not just because of Igglybuff, but just like it seems like it's maybe trying to do too much in the end. Because you want the Dugtrio, you want the Dawn fans, obviously, you need to get them charged up, and you need Vileplume, and you're gonna lock yourself as soon as Vileplume comes out? Like, it seems like it's too busy to do what it needs to.
There's a lot going on, for sure. Yeah, you have certainly put me in a wacky position. So, good on you for that. I have an answer, but I don't know how happy I am with it. So you're gonna hit me for 60.
And potentially sleep you.
Yeah. I'll start with a warp point.
Ooh.
Is this on player's choice, right?
Strictly
Yeah,
speaking,
first.
yeah. Strictly speaking, I think Sai needs to actually switch first. But
Yeah. I'm comfortable with him knowing that I've got Cleffa coming out.
fair.
But you're correct.
It's we get this happens all the time with when I'm playing Sai as well. It's just like, yeah, technically we're supposed to do it the other way around, but
What I want to get you? It's definitely not the Crobat.
I don't know, it could be fun. Yeah, fair enough. So, a measly 40.
I'm gonna make you work for it, if I can.
Mm-hmm. If I could somehow make this happen, Parasect probably is coming back out. You've 5 cards in hand, gotta assume you have it. Patch, you'll hit for 60, then I need to Gust again, probably hit Zubat, which could be a Golbat for 60. If I can hit the Gust. That is a lot of cards.
And a lot of them are in your trash pile.
Yeah. I don't care for that too much. Well,
Slipping
okay,
four tails though is ridiculous.
that was really bad. I know what one of the prizes is, but haven't made note of the other. I'm going to need to do that at some point. Which would mean that I should just do. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna do Downpour out of, well, gonna leave these here. 3, retreat, and do the thing.
It's a lot of pressure.
And that's asleep.
So one thing I have noticed with this method of rolling them is sometimes like, I don't know if it's like you actually see the individual frames of the dice like changing numbers, and sometimes it just spins horizontally and it doesn't actually do anything. It's hard to actually get it so it looks like it's properly randomizing it, you know?
Okay. So we'll do that. Alright, double gust.
You can have Totodile.
Okay, and I'll take... I gotta do this right, because I'm double gusting again. So I guess it's Crobat first. And then Gust. Take your pick. I'll take Zubat.
Yeah,
Alright,
remember
you get
double
shoot.
gust, not warp point.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, that'd be game. As long as I can hit one thing off of Trash Exchange.
Really bad prizes.
Yeah, I was feeling like there's gotta be some shenanigans going on that way, but I mean, sometimes this does happen, like the best laid plans, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it.
Yeah, I wasn't it. No, I recall that. I really needed those coin flips.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous. Like almost any other situation, like, and it does, you know, it doesn't go that sort of way. But hey, unfortunately, that is part of the game, and I think.
What?
Go on, go on.
Good.
I was going to say, historically, I'm pretty sure for Alligator even still won in the worlds of this, like, with this set coming in, even with Crobat being, like, played as an out for it, probably because of stuff like that, like the coin flipping and whatnot.
Yeah. I think why do I have 61 cards?
That's a good question.
I think I just snagged one of yours.
60 in there.
Oh, it's the burn counter? Apparently, like it's, What? How?
Awesome.
Oh, remember you were poisoned?
Oh, and now we just have a giant burn counter. Oh,
Ah.
this is beautiful. Now we just have a deck-sized burn counter on it.
Apparently, you can group, like, mouse over stuff and press G. And
You have to
count
remember,
as a card.
you had it for Alligator with S under it.
Yeah, you're right. Can it... No. What if I shuffle?
Oh, man. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. Alright. And Pepper and Charlie's just gone, ah, shit. Oh, I love it.
I mean, that's not really a problem.
It's
Just
just
a fun little
funny.
quirk.
It's funny, yeah.
Did you want to play a game against Sai, Cal?
I've honestly played Psy quite a bit this week. I think I'd rather actually go with this first. If you don't mind.
Against me, you mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I'd rather, because I've played Psy quite a bit this week already. I've not played you, so I think this could be pretty interesting. So let's see. This one's going to be pretty difficult because I have like play tested this a bit, and it's like it's winnable, but it's not exactly an easy matchup, I would say. Then again, it's kind of hard to have an easy matchup with Feraligatr involved, you know.
Alright.
Unlike a lot of people, I actually don't have a ton of the grass cards that they have. I'm gonna say Tails. Hey, alright.
Got it.
Well, big shocker there. But yeah, we have a Horsey on the board here, so...
I feel like... I'm surprised you think this is, like, decent. It seems like being one-shot is kind of bad for Kingdra.
Yeah, you gotta do 90 in one go every time, though. It's like, it's possible, but that takes quite a bit of resources to set up, so... Besides, who says I haven't got tech stuff going on here anyway? Right, we're gonna try for the Eek. And we get it. Alright. Fair enough. I wouldn't have been too upset if I didn't get that one, because the hand is still playable, but, Oh, Bill's teleporter, okay, yeah. I was shuffling my deck, so I didn't see it until after I saw the coin result. So, just be a little careful on announcing the stuff, if you would, please. Just so, because if you're starting to play before I finish my turn. Yep, alright.
Right.
Oh yeah, you do it that way, don't you? Right.
Yeah.
I still think it'd be better if you like shifted the rest of your hand face down before doing that, just to know what cards
I shift one of the cards there, the rightmost one, so that it's at least like a border. You know
That's
what
fair, but we also don't see whether when you flip a card, we don't see it in the hand, so that's the only reason I'm like, because we just see face down cards, we never see like. We see it rotate if I'm actually looking that far forward for it, which I, can't always do because I want to get the rest of the field in play. But, like, I get it, but,
More red.
Yep.
Yep. God, fun. And okay, so you can attack for 1.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
And you wonder why I think this matchup isn't like the worst thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
It's
the damage output is poor, but I guess you're hitting babies, right? So
I can kill babies, yeah. That's one positive for it.
I actually was not thinking about that. I was glad I didn't like slam down 5 babies this turn. Might be kind of awkward.
Yes, I understand the term with that, pal. It's fine. Yep.
What else do we need? I don't know. Guess nothing. Yeah. Oh. Okay. I have the Cleffa that I actually kind of want up there. I'll pass.
Okay. Right. Let's see what we can do. Right. We're gonna start with Double Dust, so I can get that Totodile active, so it's not under the baby roll. This thing's got 0 retreat, so we're gonna go back in. Kind of annoying that I drew another one here, but we're gonna put another Cleffa down because I have good manners. So here is why we are not as afraid on this one.
Grass. Okay.
See, Kingdra can attack for colorless, so I can splash other stuff in here. Normally it would be recycle energy, but I don't have recycle energy. What I do have though is this guy.
Nice.
Yeah, like I kind of. Oh, what are these prizes though? My goodness. Okay. It's not completely disastrous, but like. Oh, there's a couple in there which are not great. Right, so, before I do any attaching stuff here, I'm gonna go for the breeder fields and just, like, obviously one of them's gonna go with one of these. Just thinking whether I want to go for the... I should probably just go for the horsey, because, like, if I flip tails on the horsey and don't get a Sea Drought this turn, that's gonna be really bad. So, I think I just go for that. Nah, double tails anyway.
Oh, no.
I get nothing when it comes to coin tosses. I am just like completely crapped on with that. Whatever, we're gonna attach here, and I'm gonna go for the Eek anyway. This is kind of why I double gusted before starting to bend stuff, so I could actually make sure I guarantee this Eek.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that just about does it. I haven't looked at the new play match yet, no, because I haven't actually been on today for that, so...
You can't knock me out, I guess. So that's good. Just go for a tackle here.
Okay. Of course.
Noise.
Yeah, I have like no luck with this whatsoever. It's actually kind of stupid, to be honest, but whatever. Doesn't matter, because we're gonna get these out anyway.
Good draw.
Yeah, pretty respectable.
It's a flip. I thought the Mud Splash was guaranteed. That's...
No, unfortunately not. Would have been much better if it was, but just thinking, do I want to actually play anything else down first? I think I'm gonna play Narrow Gym down first, actually, to because I don't want to redraw that when I Eek. Yeah, you've probably already got it in hand, but that's fine. Let's just go grass here, because I know you have the potential to Gust Riptide, and yeah, we're gonna go for the Eek here.
Draw. Do this. Do... Well. I guess I don't really need to dig for the gator. Necessarily. Seadra, you're gonna get a Kingdra next turn, unless something goes very wrong.
I mean, it is me, so...
Yeah.
We've already flipped 2 tails this round, so...
I think I'll just double gust your Paris and...
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Sweep it away.
Yeah, so mill the top 3.
Oh no. Gator, water, mission.
Right, okay. Well, you do get your prize, if nothing else. Okay, let's see what we can do. Yeah, that's probably going to be pretty good, to be honest. Alright. I guess we're going to have to do this again here. Yeah, it's not a great hand. And unfortunately, just like everything else with this, it seems, you're getting incredibly good prize luck on stuff here, because I'm going to have to go for Horsey. And this is probably where the downfall is going to happen off it, because I don't see how I'm winning after this. But, I mean, yeah, there's really just not much you can do when your other Paris is prized, right? Anyway, we're going to use the Master Ball. we'll cut 7.
It's a big Master Ball.
Yeah, move that over so we can see. No doubt.
Nice.
Just thinking which one to evolve, to be honest. Because the one with the 1 energy on it seems reasonable, but at the same time, it's like I could probably go after the... probably just go after attaching a fresh one. But it is a grass that's on it, so I think I do go that way. And then put the water down here. Am I happy enough with this hand, or do I need to play one more time? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the thing is, if when I commit is like, this is a 2 retreat, so when I commit, it's staying in there, right? I mean, I guess I have double gust, but no, I think we'll shuffle that up as well. We'll commit. I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna go with the Mud Splash here.
Okay.
And do get the 10 on the clef, so... Don't know if that's relevant, but it might be.
I think we'll get to the point where it is. Game's only 1 prize in.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Not big enough to survive 2 sleepaways at the moment, but pretty big.
Yeah. The lines I'm seeing are try to kill Seadra, knowing that you don't have Kingdra, so you'd have to Eek again. But I mean, obviously, you just go with Kingdra again.
Yeah,
too.
I kind of do just have this Kingdra, so...
Yeah, so it's really just a difference of 2 damage. As long as, yeah. If I can't hit the 90.
So I think you're hitting 50 currently.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, 50 currently.
Not that either. I do bubble.
I don't think Bubble's the play here.
Probably not.
Not yet. I'm not that desperate yet. You never know, though. That paralysis could be pretty good if I see a bunch of double gust go.
Yeah, speaking of, gonna gust Horsey.
Sure, that's fine.
And
I'm assuming you're just
sweep it
retreating
away.
straight back out, right?
Correct. Sweep
Okay.
away.
Yep, that's fair.
Water, clef.
Okay. Typical.
Prize card.
Yeah. I mean, on the plus side, that's not KOing Kingdra, but on the downside, that is another, like, 2 water that's in there.
So 70 now, I think.
Yeah. I think you're gonna win this one just because I've gotten unlucky, to be honest. Because the way I'm looking at this, it's like... with the other Paris in the prizes, I don't really see how I'm winning this one purely on that, which is really annoying, to be honest, but, I mean, what are you gonna do?
So you need probably 4 Kingdra attacks to kill Cleffa, 4 to kill Croc. I know, only 3. Assuming Band goes your way.
I think we're gonna have to just go there and Eek here.
Yep. I don't know if I want to sweep more stuff away. You said there's 6 water in here now.
Yeah.
79. Not that many. Okay, there's that many cards in deck, which is okay, about that many. Gold's all I need here. I'm gonna have to deal with the babies at some point, almost certainly.
Probably.
So I guess it might as well just be now. So we'll just go for a tackle.
Okay. Oh, of course. Wow. I don't think you've actually flipped tails at all this game so far. This is crazy.
No, not since setup anyway.
Oh, wow. Talk about bad luck. Okay, let's go ahead and garbage run here. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and I think we put the grass back here. Seems reasonable. I mean, luck is part of this as well, obviously. I'm not going to complain too much of that, but it is pretty frustrating at the moment. It's like, it feels like that's being the massive deciding point so far. And, you know, shit happens. Alright, we're going to Master Ball. See what we can get off of this. Don't even think I take that, actually. It's not worth it. Okay, we can get down a Kendra, which is fine. We're gonna focus band this one and go for Elm. Okay. Bring this guy down.
Nice.
That's what I was hoping for the Master Ball, but obviously. Let's... I mean, it almost doesn't matter, because you... that's... I want to attach more, but I don't know if that's the right play. Part of me kind of wants to go in and actually use, what's its face, to use Eek here, but I don't think that's really the right play.
I guess digging for Parasects would be the
yeah, possibly. No, let's attach there. We'll go in and I'll go for the Mud Splash.
Sure.
Alright, that's another 10 to the clef. It's almost there.
Almost.
Yeah. It's waiting for it, but, you know, it's fine.
Yep.
Sort this if you don't mind, so we can get all the energy at the top.
Sure. That's a good idea.
So it's currently 6.
Actually, I'll probably just do a separate energy discard pile from here and make it a little faster.
Yeah, so long as that doesn't get confusing for any potential stuff later on, then yeah. I don't know, I've very occasionally seen this deck Trash Exchange energy back in, so, not Trash Exchange, Nightly Garbage Run. Sometimes
true.
you just run out of actual energy to attach because you've had to mill them all.
So you said there's 6 in here? 6. So we need 72. So maybe kill you. I mean, I'm sure you're playing Pokémon Center, but gotta hope you don't have it yet. Right. If I don't get the coin.
Pokemon Center is one of the reasons why I don't think this matchup is that horrendous. Like, you've just got to obviously not get nuked in one hit, which is obviously very possible, but it's often difficult to string those together turn after turn, so... Not with a hand this size, though. I'm pretty sure this is just a time bomb in the making, you know?
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna secret mission.
Sure. There you go.
Pichu.
Yeah. Pichu's actually not bad against this, against a Gator as well, to be honest.
Okay, so might behoove me to try to kill Paris this turn.
Yeah.
Garbage run, breeder, fields. Okay, alright, got it.
Sure. Oh, that's not what I want. Just rotating my hand for no reason. I was trying to shuffle it. Alright, how?
Discarding 3.
3, okay, yep.
3 water. Not sure if I want more other stuff though. 17 cards in deck. I want to hit what? I don't know. Gust. That's what I want to hit.
Pretty much.
That. Say for Alligator and Croconaw for. Is that 5 cards so far?
5, yeah. 3 water and 2 others.
Yeah. Let's leave it there.
Okay.
Didn't get it yet.
You think that would do it, but...
Let's see. No, I think I have 3 discarded, so odds were not particularly good.
Yeah, you do, so...
Alright.
See, the cool thing is, if you put Igglybuff down, Pichu can take care of that in 2 turns, so it's not exactly even guaranteed that that's going to be enough.
Right. It's true. Don't know if we do this or this. This, I don't think. Or this. Maybe that. Probably that. Alright, I'll go Garbage Run.
Okay.
For some alligator guys. Let's get 2 of these, I think.
Sure. 2 clocks and together. Seems good.
So I need some fuel. Still need Gust, but it's not gonna happen. Can hit him, but it doesn't matter too much. 15 cards. Okay, I think we've reached the end there, so let's just go for Riptide as long as I've hit the water.
For far too many. Yeah, you've got like 100 for damage there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, that'll do it. Alright. Down it goes. So, let's see. Oh man, that's kind of annoying. Well, I think pretty much the only thing I can even do is just do that, and go for the mud slashing, right, with the memory.
Yep.
Which does land.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, that clef is going down. All right, we're on the board.
There you go.
Is it gonna help? I don't know, but we're on the board.
Let's see.
Yep.
Rat. Oh, should I? before I Wrath. Let's Trash Exchange.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Got 17 in discard.
I'm glad you've managed to remember that you don't actually put the Trash Exchange back in the deck as well, because that's a very easy mistake to make at this sort of point in time.
Agreed.
Wait, which one is which? Isn't the top of the deck the one that you're thinking out? I think you've done that the wrong way round.
My thought, I guess, is that it doesn't matter. I shuffle the deck and then cut it into
though.
2 halves.
Yeah, no. The point is you mill the top cards off your deck, right? Until
Do you really?
matched it. Yeah. Discard the top of your cards off your deck. Yeah. It's like count the number of cards you discard, shuffle into deck, then discard that many cards off the top of the deck. So you have to mill the top, not the bottom.
Oh no, it's the same because you shuffle the cards first.
No, it's not. If I shuffle this and then discard the top 5 of this deck, it's not going to be the same if I discard the bottom 5. They're different cards.
Well, sure, but it's a random 5 cards either way.
Oh my god. Yeah, you take that to a tournament and see what happens. Yeah, that's not how it works. I'm sorry. I'm putting my foot down on this one because it's actually not how the card is written. I'm not in this for the pedantic bullshit of it being the same because it's random either way.
How many cards is it?
17, I believe.
Do you want to check that?
Yeah, that's fine. Right, so usually we do that, sort it out from here, so we can see what's actually there. That's fine.
Okay. Got 8 water. Wow.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Okay, 2 double grass. So yeah, yeah, that's game. If you've got Igglybuff on that as well.
Did hit a gust. That affects your decision.
No, Gust doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's Igglybuff specifically, because if you can disable the power set, then you've just got a knockout and I can't do anything from here. Right? Because you know my hand, basically. Like, minus one card, I think you know my hand, so...
Oh, I actually didn't think about that, because I can't Gust and kill Parasect, right?
Nope, because you can't use Igglybuff on a benching. And if you disabled it and then bring it active, it stops working. Because the Gaze specifically does it that way around. It specifically says Gaze stops working if the Pokemon leaves the bench. So...
Huh, okay, that's interesting. So, what I would really want... Well, I have Igglybuff, so I could at least knock out Kingdra. The other part would be maybe Recall to knock out Parasect.
Which one is discarded?
Which one is discarded, yeah. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy just killing Kingdra here, I think.
You've got to still discard 5, right?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
This is why I say drawing 7 with Wrath is a bad idea. Because you get lost in thought about all the other stuff you can do, and then you don't discard them.
Sense. Need this. Do I need these? Really? Check how many Gators are in here. Gator, 2 Gators. That's kind of bad. Maybe I don't pitch that. That hurts though.
There's still 2 to discard, isn't there?
I think just 1, maybe?
Shouldn't be 1?
Yeah, just the 1.
No,
after...
Misty's Wrath you put in the discard straight away. Because I sorted this deck out beforehand, all the cards at the bottom are the ones that have been played from Misty's Wrath down. So you put 4, but you've just taken the Gator back. So you've still got 2 to discard.
Yeah. No, I still have to discard 2 more cards.
Yeah, that's what I was getting for. It's like, yeah, you still got 2 more to go with this, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, what I was saying was I didn't want to pitch a Gator since the other one is already discarded.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be like a rules pedant on this, it's just like, yeah, especially with the way that you're actually doing the stuff with it here, it's really just got to make sure that this actually gets played right, because you're doing this in a way that makes it very difficult for me to actually make sure the card is being played properly.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah. I'd like to hit that this turn. Not gusting to...
It's one of those unfortunate limitations of being on a digital format, right? It would be so much easier if we could just physically use the cards, but, you know, because of the nature of this, it is a bit harder to...
The other part too. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything I can do about this. Gotta pitch Gust Wrath.
Fair enough.
With Brock here.
Yeah, I knew you had to play one of those. I was looking, seeing, yeah, like me, you've only got 3 of the good ones, so I was like, yeah, you gotta play that one, unfortunately.
I don't mind it too much either, just
It's not the
killing babies without milling.
Yeah, like, it's not the worst, but it's definitely not very good, though.
Yeah, inferior.
Yep.
Leave this out, not really. Don't want to play that. Did already attack. Well.
Yeah, I think you just attached here, didn't you?
Yeah. Alright, so we'll just end it there with Gaze into Riptide.
Yep.
Do 90 on the dot.
Yep.
3, 4, 6, 7. Uh-oh, I've thrown my water somewhere.
Oh, God.
Oh no, it just went back to
Just went in the discard again. Yep, alright. So you get your thing, and... Yeah, that's not gonna do it. I don't have any energy, so I can't do anything. I got pretty unlucky with that, to be fair. But hey, I mean, heads flips happen a lot. I had 2 energy prized, and 1 of the centers, so that really doesn't do much for it. But I mean, yeah, shit happens. I ain't gonna complain too much of that. I do think this matchup is winnable, though. Like, it just... you kind of can't afford to just prize the powerhouse immediately, you know. Also, you know, double tails on breeder fields, blah blah blah. There's so many cases where it's just like, yeah, it's no wonder I didn't end up taking it with the heads tails against. But hey, it happens.
Yep.
So what do we want to do then? Do we want to go again, or do we want to,
I'd like to throw one of my decks at it.
At which one?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fair enough. I will move over then.
I can move. It's a little faster that way.
Okay, fair enough.
Gotta switch one person.
I do have one that I was looking at. Cal knows what this one will be.
Oh, probably.
This one's sort of the no fun allowed for this kind of deck.
Got a mulligan.
I will be taking that.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't been taking them in testing, but I'm sure as hell will here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good job you were okay with that side, because I didn't get a chance to see any of the cards in that hand. You just immediately, like, fanned it and then put it back, like, within half a second. And, like, yeah, good job you're alright with that, Si.
Yeah.
You gotta actually make sure that you properly show the opponent, rather than just going, yeah, no, this is immediately what happens, but, you know.
Heads or tails?
I'll take even. Alright. Got the muck. Yes. And at this point, Fossil Muck is gone, so it's
For
just
now, yes. Legendary Collection will bring it back for some godforsaken reason. But for now, it's gone, yeah.
Okay, so it hits 2 for 40 on weakness with poison, I think.
Yep, that is correct. That's the reason we're playing Disc Grimer as well, because it's objectively worse, but you've got to, because the other one's rotated for now.
Gotcha. Alright, well, let's... I think I've already drawn for turn. I did, yep. So mission... Oh, right, forgot about the first part of the text there.
Yeah.
Damage to Koga's Muck. Coin. Heads. Has any. Choose energy. Hurt it. Okay. Fine. 40. Damage. 80 health. Darkness. Poison. 2 health. Rock inside out. Okay. Okay, parasites. Wow. Guess, I really am the boogeyman here, huh?
Like I said, this is no fun allowed, because there's 2 people that can run for alligator.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't have the third Riptide one, I have the Chomp one instead, but I can play it.
You're good. Let's see, parasite. Okay, so let's pitch. Water, garbage run, trash exchange. Goldberry for 5.
I figured Gold would come in. If I'm being totally blunt, it's mostly because we've seen your habits on this and you have only played like 2 decks this entire time. I think the only reason you switched off of Blastoise is because the format was too degenerate for it. So, yeah, I'm under the impression that was like, you are going to play this every week until we rotate again to get rid of Trash Exchange, and so we kind of need to beat it, you know? So, forgive us, but we've seen what you've done so far, and it's like, yeah, this is not okay.
I will go ahead and Playful Punch onto the... I guess the bench burner?
Yep.
Alright.
Okay.
I got the 2. On the bench.
No, it should be active Pokemon.
Yeah, it's active. You don't
Yeah.
get to choose the
Oh,
target.
wow. Okay.
You don't choose, yeah.
Good catch. Okay, so that's significantly less good. But, I mean, it's still fine, I guess.
If it did 20 anywhere, I would not have traded that card.
So, double gust, take the total down. I think this is smart to get out for now. And this has an errata on it. It is the defending Pokemon is now poison.
Yeah. I have no idea how they managed to mess that up so badly, but yeah, it is poison. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they might have 0 mass, so...
No.
Okay, I see. Right.
Are you actually attacking now, or not yet?
Yeah, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. I'll Warp Point and give you a good kick. Or punch, I guess.
Well, attempt to at least.
No such
It
luck.
is possible to flip tails, okay. You'll have to forgive me, it's been a while.
Only when it doesn't matter.
I suppose. Although you would have gotten a knockout, so it kind of does.
I forgot Warp Point does that. I was just looking at the switch effect, but yeah.
Well,
I think I'm going to be smart here before I evolve this thing.
That's, yeah, get 2 chances of getting the other one.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god. This is the complete opposite of how this card was for him in our test games. Like, I think he flipped about 3 of these in one game and got 5 out of 6. So, you know. Believe it or not, this card is actually good. You wouldn't think it, but it is actually good.
I'm going to bump my own stadium with another stadium. And end turn.
It's so weird that you can do that in this era.
It's pretty wonky. Rock. You have a little playful punch on the shoulder there. Nope.
play that.
Big shout outs to these sorting tabs, by the way. They make a lot of these effects so much easier to play.
Why do you sort the Master Ball?
Just for convenience. End turn.
You will playful punch.
This is what I'm talking about with these ones. It's you see that one just rotated in space. It didn't actually do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about when I say sometimes that method is not very good looking, even if it is actually random. You know.
End turn.
We'll shuffle this up for you.
Yep.
That was Koga and Parasect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go for the playful punch.
Thank you.
Blessing in disguise.
Okay.
I forgot to attach. That's fine.
And we are going to attempt a sludge punch.
Perfect
There
turn.
we go. Alright.
Kills on your turn, yep.
Okay. Do. Guess we can mission.
You haven't seen my hand.
Oh, prize
Noted.
prize elm. That's the dream.
That's 1, 2, 3 cards.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I think
two more.
what's been happening, Pepper, is that these counters have been slipping through the cards whenever they're moved out of the when they're on top of a Pokemon and they're on one of these bits. The counters are slipping through. Which, when combined with the fact that they can get drawn into the deck with a group, is funny if nothing else.
This doesn't have damage on it.
Yeah, he's attacking, right?
Oh, are you attacking?
Yeah. I am. Tackle
Oh.
for 20.
Okay,
This
no
is
problem.
this is why proper communication is important, people.
I did say, but you were talking at the time.
I'm sorry.
Okay, obviously we're
Okay.
going to Elm with one card in hand. Okay, that's a hand.
60.
Yeah, we'll bump it up. Poison it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you could just flip the 10 to the 60 immediately. It's just so satisfying. Well, there goes the poison.
Does he have the Iggly buff though?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Of course,
I'm
why would
actually
you
fine
not?
with that.
I mean, it actually, unless you do get another one discarded, it's not enough yet. Yeah,
Then I'll
you've got
just
to
discard
commit
another one.
another one. Yeah.
That's the problem. I'll just Riptide for... Yes, that's knockout.
Yep, that's not a problem.
8, 5, 6, yeah.
Alright, first of all, we're going to focus back, and we have double good manners.
Sai is a very good boy today, apparently.
We can continue if you want, but I'm pretty happy scooping here.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where, for me as well, I would go like, I don't think this one's going anywhere.
Yeah.
Scoop
Yeah,
for
I
time. Go to game 2.
I think I've won at this point.
Yeah.
Like, this is the no fun allowed for your kind of deck.
Yeah.
I have 4 copies of Parsect in here.
Nice.
That's way more than I would take in anything. But I almost played a third one in the Kingdra, but I was like, I can't justify space on this. I wanted the anti-power stuff
Honestly,
otherwise.
That's funny.
You see, the thing is, right, as much as we want to go, yeah, for Alligator is the deck to beat, and we've got to beat that, we can't sacrifice every other matchup for that. My Kingdra deck has got the Pichu and the Magby in it because of other potential, like, big power decks, like the Pokemon power stuff that would really cause it a lot of trouble otherwise. I think, like, Fortress is a good example, right? We can't just go, yeah, this is the only deck we need to beat and that's it, because if we have more than the 3 of us here today, right, we would have had a much more diverse range of stuff to look at. And if we go too all in on beating the Gator, then there's not going to be any chance to beat anything else. So
these are what I was bringing today. I wasn't planning on bringing the super hardcore kinder.
I do have one more that I would like to play. As much as it gets wrecked by Gator, I can play either way. I don't mind too much on that. But I do have one more I want to show off, if nothing else, because this deck was a lot of fun in testing.
Mm-hmm.
If you do have something not Gator, I would recommend it against this. This thing is majestic.
I do not, unfortunately.
Well, we can try. I don't think it is bad. Like, it isn't teched against it or anything for it, but I have sometimes actually done better than expected against this thing, so we can try. I don't think it's going to go super well, but we'll see.
You could grab something from... We could grab you out something that
we could, but
messing around.
It's alright. Let's just at least try and show off the main thing with it here.
Sure. I don't mind playing another deck if that would be more fun.
Well, to be honest, I mostly just want to show the idea of this one, because this is something which I never expected I'd be able to do in this format. And wait, why are these upside down? I'm gonna flip.
Because your deck's upside down.
Yeah, I was like, why is my deck upside down? I don't know. Right, whatever.
Even.
No. All right. Well, the Great Mexican Standoff. All right, let's draw. Okay. We are going to bench a Slugma. We are going to go fire. And you know what? I think I am just going to go straight for it here. We're going to play Entei down. So, with Entei's power, we're going to cut the top 5 cards off of our deck. Any fire energy that get picked up out of there go on my fire Pokemon. And then my turn ends. Every other card goes to discard. So, we get 1. Okay, that's better than nothing out of this, to be honest. So we do that. We've got Scoop, Slugma, Wrath, and Gust going into discard here. I need to group them because nothing else is in there. And it is your turn.
Not a good hand.
Shame I didn't get more than the 1, but I mean, it's better than nothing. Okay, yep.
Photo. Bill's teleporter.
Go for it. Oops. Ooh, you got it. Alright. Okay. Draw 4. Pretty good when it works out, isn't it? Oh boy.
Teleporter.
You are playing multiple.
Oh yeah. Alright.
Must be nice to be
so
this
easy.
lucky. Yeah, right.
He's
Must be
edge.
nice to be this lucky. Like, my god.
You do love to see it. Remarkably, the hand remains very bad.
It's like, I've said this a few times myself, it's like, you think that would help, but...
One attach there. That would be real goofy. 37. Huh. Be real goofy. I'm just gonna do it. Trash exchange?
Yeah? How many going back in here? Just a
3 to
3,
deck.
just a 3. Okay. It's surprisingly early when it comes to the stuff off it there, so water Igglybuff.
Water.
Yeah, water Igglybuff 4 point, okay. Like, again, nothing wrong with it. I'm just like, huh, that's early. So I just wanted to double check how many are in here. You know.
All right, I will just attempt to kick you.
Which you do get. Okay, so 20 to the clef. All right, let's have a good one then. Oh, that's interesting. Is it actually good enough? I wonder. Okay, let's start off with Mary here. So we draw 2, and then I shuffle 2 from my hand back into deck. Get the 2. That seems pretty good. Okay, I think that seems reasonable. Okay, let's do that and that. And we're going to do that again. Fair enough. Let's do that. Kind of don't like the fact that this might end up coming down to a lot of randomness with it here, but I think we may still give this a go. I'm gonna switch and double gust here. So what are you taking?
Slugma.
Okay. Going with the danger strats, I see. Alright,
this works.
Going to attach, and my last card is Elm. So you do have to shuffle even if you don't have a hand to put back in the deck. I swear, never fucking lucky. Alright, we're just gonna have to go for the Magma Ring here, so 20 and you can't retreat next turn.
Okay.
4 in deck. Could have easily hit it. I didn't mill one, I milled the Slugma, so
Say warp point.
Yeah, you can have this guy.
I will attempt to punch you.
Okay. I will take that 20, I guess. Punch the dog in the face, like, how dare you? Alright.
It was just playful.
Let's go.
I mean, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Well, let's see if we can get him back. We're gonna Super Scoop Up.
Super scoop.
I wish it was regular Scoop Up, it would generally be better here, but hey, it works. We're gonna pick him back up. And I mean 0 retreat, we bring this guy out first. It's irritating because I am literally like 1 card off of just straight demolishing this. We're gonna bench another Cleffer. You have access to sweep away next turn anyway, so I guess it's not gonna matter too much that way. Let's put the fire here, and we're gonna play the Entei again, and probably cry as I mill the thing I need here. Before you keep moving, let me actually get this resolved first.
Yep, take your time.
That's a bit better. We're gonna put the 2 on the Entei. So Wrath, Entei, and Garbitron getting discarded here.
I punch you.
Wow, you actually get it, jeez. Alright then.
Always heads.
Yeah, basically. It's an interesting question on this one, actually. I'm kind of considering the Slugma, I'm not gonna lie, it might be the best bet here. But if I put Cleffer out first, then I can at least retreat into whatever I want, so it's probably better. Alright, let's draw. Alright, it seems a bit wasteful, but I think I've got to do it this way. We're going to switch, and we're going to double gust. So what are we feeling?
Oh, that's a good question. It's see, all you need is fire for Entei. So I'll go Slugma.
Okay. Yep, and I'm just going to burn the 2 to retreat this thing so I can get it out. It's wasteful, and I don't like doing it, but, I mean, I've got energy to spare here. We're going to use the attack, and we're going to do the 60 here. Fun thing is, I would have got that even if you evolve, so... It's pretty respectable.
Okay. Discard 2, does nothing. Interesting.
Yeah.
I will punch you.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that was just floating on 5 the entire time. Okay, we will attach to the Entei. And we will play another Entei. Yeah, I pulled 3 of this thing, so it's like, I have to try this. This is a ton of fun to look at. Alright, just a 1. Oh, time capsule going is kind of bad. Yeah, let's just go active with it. So, L, Mary, capsule, Slugma.
Nice. Alright, I'll gust your Slugma.
Well, does it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, okay.
Not matter. Could do this. Seems to not matter.
It's crazy that you have that many cards in hand, and yet this is still the situation we find ourselves in. Yeah.
Yeah, through that one, finally.
Yeah.
I only have, like, there were like 15 outs, so I had 40 cards not seen. So it's not ridiculous that I haven't seen any, I guess. I mean, I guess it is at this point, but...
Yeah, it just feels like you double bills teleported and you still just didn't have anything. And I was like, how's that even possible? Wow, 3 of them, okay.
Well, I did garbage run.
Yep, well,
Or
at least your bills teleporter luck has been great.
Yeah. Hodo.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, I elmed. I can't bill.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Rats.
Oh, god.
I think I drew... Yeah, I did indeed draw 1 Toto.
I'm sorry, I should have caught that.
I think it's my fault.
Right, so the
It's a
teleporter's
bad
back in hand then.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Alright, I will kick you. Or punch you. Nice.
That was such a weird spin on that. It was like, it was rolling on 1 the entire time, and then it's just like, nah, actually I'm going to spin to 4. Okay. New rule, Professor Elm stays in play until between turns. I could understand that.
Put it in the stadium spot.
I think I'm gonna have to try and go through this thing at some point. Let's attach to Maggie here. I think I am actually gonna go for the good manners here, because this hand is pretty concise, so... Like, there's not really much left to the imagination on this one, but still, I think it's best to get that out here.
How many cards do you have left in deck and you haven't seen one yet?
Well, how many do I have left?
19
Yeah.
in deck.
Yeah, 19 at the
and you
moment.
haven't seen us. Jesus.
Yeah. There's 1 prized by the looks of it, unless I milled 1 and I didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. Actually no, let's not get that one. Let's not be bad, we'll get the Magby. I might need it later on, so... we're gonna bench... I mean, I kind of want to try for the Super Scoop, but I guess at the same time, does it matter right now? Probably not. No, I think I'm gonna leave the rest of this hand as is right now, and I'm just gonna attempt to do the 10. 10 or 20, it doesn't really matter too much at this point, so... Yeah, okay, we get the 10. I'd rather not attach another energy, because I know it stops you retreating, but, like... I might... Wow, really? I might... Yeah, no, you had this before, right? Play. I'm sorry, I forgot already. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, you're still gonna get it anyway. Jesus Christ, dude. You have literally drawn 16 cards against me with that today. That is absurd.
Good card. Basically just says draw 4, right?
Alright?
In your hands, at least.
Secret
yeah, you know what I
mission.
have. It's Scoop Fire, so...
I do. Water, water... Water...
Is it kind of crazy that it's like, you know, this sort of matchup and it's still not entirely dead yet on my end? It's like, huh, how does that work?
Should have not done that. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll do something before the secret mission.
Go on, go on.
Just gonna wrap.
Yeah, okay.
A bit. Thank you. No.
Yeah, we're not exactly in an environment where it's like I should say no takes on that, but it's not. We're fine. We can do that.
Do appreciate it. Let's see, no gators discarded. Okay, yeah. So now time for the mission.
You still know my hand, so we're still fine that way.
Oops. Still part of water index. I feel good. Those. That's 3.
3.
What do I do? Not too crazy this turn. Go 4. Ooh. And I'll stay on 4, I think.
4. Yep.
Okay. Another secret mission.
Sure.
Go for Warp Point, Toto, Croc. My Toto Croc, that's 3.
Yep.
Man, that's so wonky. Trash Exchange for 4.
Yep.
Purple Gust for 5.
Oh boy. Going all in on this one, huh?
I would like cards, please. Oh, this is a raft.
Where's the raft? There it is. Yeah, okay. Alright.
Okay.
God, you've gone even further than I have with this time around. Jesus.
Doing what I can.
Aye.
Pitch. This one here.
Just a shame my hand is not the greatest to capitalize on it right now.
Gone, and how many Crocs is that?
A lot.
2, yeah. 2 gone. 1 in play. Yeah, that still seems okay though. Water. Resolve the water here.
Yeah, that was the touch last turn, yeah.
It did evolve this turn as well?
You did,
Is that
yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay. We could do something. Try to do something.
A kingdom for a double gust right now.
Yeah.
But I think I milled 2 of them, so...
Focus band, and I'll just attempt to... Yeah, I'll just attempt to kick you, or punch.
Okay. Not
Tails.
this time. Alright. It is possible. Okay. Well... We're gonna have to deal with this thing at some point, huh? Yeah, you discard. You've got 3 discarded. Yeah, double gust seems unlikely at this point. Actually, one of the... Sure, you've got... Yeah, you've probably got the other trash exchange in hand. See, the annoying thing is you can just, like, 0 retreat this, which is a problem if I don't take it out. But... Really wish I could double gust up here. It would have been much easier. Um... it's a bit of an annoying one. I'd have to flip double on that? That seems unlikely as well. That might be the play though. I'm gonna super scoop up here.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. No, that's fine. Wasn't expecting it, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to attach here and go for the magma ring to try and get the knockout. I can see that's going on thing there. Oh my god, yeah. I could see it. It's like it doesn't fucking rotate. It's whatever. Yeah, I think for multiple coins that sort of thing is fine, but I don't like doing it for singles because it's you just see that it isn't actually rotating.
Yeah. True. Alright, 60... I don't remember what Macargo does, but I know it's a lot of damage. So...
In theory.
So I'll bench the Cleffa. And... I'm just going to tackle.
Yep, that's fair. Yeah, this is only do that. I mean, we've obviously got to go Cleffa first. Let's draw. Man, no luck whatsoever. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and eke. Unbelievable that I have not drawn one this entire game. I think there was about 5 or 6 spots where this game would have been over immediately if I drew the Macargo, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Okay. Alright, what's the outcome here? If it's not there, probably lose. Maybe a 50-50 tomatoes. I'm gonna lead. I can Wrath here, right?
You can, because that's just going to take the rest of what's there. You might as well have just searched the deck rather than drawn it.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Okay. Well, then do this, this. Miscounted energy. I thought I had none left. It's not terrible. It's fairly terrible. Well, and contains. Sure.
Fair enough.
Keep these.
Alright, so we definitely know Trash Exchange has got to be one of those. Yeah, there's the gator. Better have that double gust.
Cleffa. And attach. I do indeed. So I'll gust the Slugma.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess it doesn't really matter either way around.
Switch in Riptide.
Yeah, 14. 300 damage on this poor thing.
Yeah. He's had a rough go of it.
Okay, I need to check for this real quick, because, oh, not the energy, that's all water in there, that's not the one I wanted, sorry.
Correct.
Sorry, that's fine.
Well, now I gotta shuffle my deck, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
I'm sorry about that, yeah. God. Alright, so it's all of them. Yeah, you've got the other Trash Exchange in hand, there's like no way otherwise. Yeah. I think I just got too unlucky on this one. I don't know how I'm winning this.
Yeah, he hit all the games have gone to luck.
Yeah, I mean, there's been, I hate it because it sounds like it's making excuses, but honestly, it's completely true on this one. There were a lot of times there where if I just had, like, I had Makago when I drew, like, fucking 12 cards deep into the deck, I would have won immediately. You know, there's plenty of spots like that in this one that have just been, yeah, just bad luck. Unfortunately, there's no better way of thinking of it. Yeah, consistency is important, but this deck is consistent. That's the thing. I've drawn through so much here. There's no real way that I should have been this, like, bad off with it.
I lost 4 tails on a Provat,
yeah,
basically.
Like, that's pretty much where it's come down to on the stuff a bit here. But, I mean, sometimes that is just the way it goes. It's just, yeah, it's not a feels-good moment with it, but hey. We're gonna Elm here.
Yeah, there's a lot of luck in this era in general.
There is.
You seem to have all of it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, hey, it is what it is. I mean, who the fuck am I kidding? This game is over. There's no way I can beat that thing at this point. Show me the trash exchange and I'll just scoop it up, because honestly, this game's over. We're gonna do the 60, but there's like nothing I can really do here. I've just been RNG'd out.
So, alright, I'll recall Rage.
Oh, yeah, sure, okay. I guess that will do it too.
Sweep away too.
You do?
I'll sweep away, that's even better.
Yeah. Alright. We'll draw.
Just doing a little, making sure that is the sweep away one.
It is, yeah.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, fair point.
Yeah, I understand the reasoning for that.
You are running the other one, it's always best to make sure.
Okay, we'll garbage run in. Probably 2 fire, I imagine, would be the play. Maybe just all 3. Yeah, probably just all 3 at this point. Or do we get the Entei? Entei is really high rolly off of this one. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do that. Yeah, no, we'll probably just go with that. I do have my own Wrath, so... Oh, that's the wrong way around. Right, I'm too used to it being like the right-hand side is where the cut happens, but obviously not when I have half the thing in there. Yeah, that seems about right. So, that's there. And, oops.
I can finally read it.
You can, yeah. I had 3 in deck this entire time, by the way. I just could never draw them, despite drawing like 7 every turn.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I know it's like, oh, all the salt hard done by stuff with it, but to be honest, it's completely warranted in this case. We're gonna go in with that.
Or for knockout, right?
Yeah.
For one shot anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna go that. We're gonna go that. I'm gonna. Do I switch to Magby to protect the energy? No, not really. I think I just have to end turn at that.
Okay. Totodile patch. Do already have enough for Riptide, so I'll just do that, I think. Riptide?
Yeah.
Attempt?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. Why would there be any other result here? Jesus hell. Yeah, this is maddening, I'm not gonna lie. we're gonna go with this. We're gonna discard 1 to do the 60, and then you're gonna flip heads on the focus band here. Oh dear.
We'll see.
Yeah, of course, GG.
That's
Yeah,
dumb.
that is very dumb. Like, oh my god. It's funny because I should have won this game, but like, just horrific luck at so many points there.
Oh my god, my cat is just being a...
Demands attention.
No, he's biting the other cat, and the other cat's just sitting there and taking it.
Oh.
He's so patient. Yeah, that was wild. I actually did not have the other trash thingy, whatever that's called, exchange. It was prized.
Oh, you drew it off the prize at the end there, right? Okay.
I did. It was my second to last, I think, or maybe third to last.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
well, I mean, funnily enough, this seemed to get closer than the Kindred, but yeah, I couldn't draw a Makago like the entire game. There were so many times there where if I just had that, I would have instantly won. And it's kind of funny in a way, but you can see just like, this is actually really cool. It's like, even against the water deck, I can do stuff with this, and it can win. It basically did on several occasions there. So, you know. It's a really cool deck, though. Right.
Yeah, it's neat. I like Entei, that's really fun.
Yeah. Right, we're gonna have to see this this deck out because, okay, I have one thing to show on the far right here. Again, we knew you were gonna play this, and we know your tendency so far. You've actually surprised a little bit because this is at least a little different from what was expected of it. But based on what you have shown so far, I could have just about said like 60 card. This is what you're gonna play because so far. Like, I'm not trying to be rude off of this. So far, you have shown nothing that isn't in Jason's exact lists, unless you don't have it. At which point you play consistency tools if possible. Like,
Yep.
That is genuinely what has happened so far. And, like, you have about 55 cards of Jason's list. You don't have the Rockets training thing. If we had a wider field here, and Pepper was involved, and Chaos Gym was in play, you would need a counter stadium to go against that. So I figured there's no way you don't play one, but of course you don't, because, you know, it's all good that way. It's just, it's kind of funny, but it's like, yeah, no, it's like, there's no way you don't play one, surely, because you just lose to Chaos Gym if you don't do that.
Well, it's only if I flip tails, so I'll just flip heads.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've established today you can't flip tails, so... Only the one Igglybuff is surprising, but again, there were a few techs that I was considering off the stuff with it here, but for the most part I got this right by the looks of it, just you play more draw or lock stuff with instead. Wait, hang on, you only have 2 of the teleporter? Didn't you play it like 4 times against me without using Trash Exchange, or was that... No, that was the 2 that you went in, yeah, okay. I was like, wait, you played that like 4 times against me, it's like, how did that work? But yeah.
This is the one I was testing against. No, wait, I didn't save the thing in
exactly
it.
the same thing.
There was meant to be a Suicune in here. Did I save that one or not?
You were off by 11 cards, but only if you count the Totodile as being... Oh no, because I played 2 of the regular,
Oh,
so
right.
like
Yeah.
79
Alright,
cards.
different list.
I figured good manners would be obvious because you don't have a lot of basics in general, so being able to just search like the Cleffa or something easy would have been a bit of a no-brainer type moment for it. Didn't quite expect the Warp Point as well. I'm kind of curious on the decision for that actually. What's the idea behind that?
Expected Crobat to flip heads.
So you wanted more switch outs for it. I can understand that, yeah. That is.
And, I mean, I ended up just going Turbo Totodile every game and attaching there, but I guess the thought too was having ways to switch out of Totodile into Cleffa. But it never came up, so I don't know. I don't know if I Warp Points again. There's not a lot else I want in here, to be honest. Maybe more recalls I was kind of toying with.
Yeah, Recall was a tech that I thought about only afterwards. It is in the video, actually. Another one that I saw that you had that could have been in here was the Suicune, right? The Crystal Body one? Because... Not the Crystal Body, the, Oh, is it Crystal Body? The one that's got the hollow one, right? So the thing that I was looking at is like, it didn't come up because we kept prizing the parts of it, but Parasect is like almost insurmountable for the standard thing with this deck. Warpoint messes it up a little bit, but like, if you don't have Igglybuff, Parasect just like solos this deck entirely. So I figured there's no way you can just leave it at like one Igglybuff and Parasect would be would just win, right, if it goes active and attacks. So I figured, yeah, like, there's got to be ways around that. A second Igglybuff helps so that you don't prize it, but of course, you know, that obviously never happened. But the other way that I kind of looked at it is the Suicune, right? Crystal Body prevents any other effects that aren't damaged from working on it, so the sleep wouldn't matter. You two-shot the Parasect without getting two-shot yourself, and it also has like 75% chance to disrupt the opponent as well. It's not weak to grass. The entire deck otherwise gets beat by grass, so I was like, Suicune's probably one of the biggest ones that I would include in. More Goldberry was a thing. I think you have 3, so that's why I was like thinking you probably just go that instead of Band, because 120 HP is ridiculous, right? And otherwise, I knew you got the 4th Rathon trade. I knew you got all the missions. I did spot you only had free trash exchange in the end. I think it was only after you like requested it. But I was like, I'm pretty sure we have it, but we didn't want to enable this any further because not trying to be rude, but we know that you're just gonna play this every week until this rotates again and like trash exchange goes away. So we were failing by the looks of it, but I mean, hey, that's the format in general. We were trying to say, yeah, this is not the play you should have every week because we are going to hard counter it, right? And yeah, obviously RNG decided that isn't going to happen today, but still,
next week.
Well, maybe. There's a fair few other things I would rather be doing that way. Where did my decks go? Did they... What's that? Oh, it's Gato's there. Where did my stuff go? Like, I rotated them to here. Right, okay. So, yeah, because I want to show this one. These decks are really, really neat, to be honest. The Kingdra one does have a little bit of trouble against these, like, one-shot type stuff off it, but the sustain of this deck is really cool. I did go down to 2 center because I was drawing them too often and never getting a chance to use them. But honestly, like, I probably should have still played 3, but it's it is what it is. But I figured, like, Jason's list goes down the disruption route with this and plays like Rocket Sneak Attack and stuff like that, which also does do pretty good against Gator. But I didn't really like the idea of that because I felt like it was just going to be too inconsistent. Wasn't going to be able to get the stuff out quick enough. You do need like a full stage 2 line to run through. You got to get multiple of them out to make it worth it, right? So I kind of felt like it just wasn't going to be consistent enough if I did things that way. So I just went for the breeder fields and the master balls and stuff to get it going faster. And yeah, if you can stream the Kingdras with this, it's generally good against most of the format. Doesn't deal with Crobat because the confusion on Crobat is too annoying and it's too big, right? I 3-shot it and it potentially just 2-shots me in confusion. It obviously has difficulties with the Gator, but the Parasect generally makes that matchup playable because the Grass Energy tech is very easy to win with that way. If you don't prize a Paras at the start of the game, obviously.
Or 3.
Or 3.
And that was wild.
And yeah, against a lot of the other stuff that you'd be looking at, stuff like, say, Donphan Fori, this works pretty well because the Pichu's quite good against that sort of thing. And Pokemon Center can generally keep you going. Twister can be pretty good if you can double gust in the Donphan as well. Yeah, like Magby is really good against the other power decks as well. Noctowl would be really rough for them because of Pichu. There's a lot of power heavy decks that we didn't really see today, just because, you know, Gator doesn't. Well, it uses it, but like it doesn't die because it has a Pokemon power, right? It's just too big. Your Igglybuff and the Elekid might, but oh, I see the other thing in here. No Nightly Garbage Run in the deck, huh?
I played one.
Oh no, there is one. Okay. I was like, I just like couldn't see it unless the other bits are there. Let's see, whatever. That's me being dumb. Doesn't matter. But yeah, like I was looking forward to this deck ever since actually like reading it again. Is going, oh yeah, this Kingdra is just so cool, right? Even if it's not the strongest thing out there, it is just very, very neat. It's a different sort of style to what you'd be expecting here. Narrow Gym, for the record, is because I didn't have a better counter stadium. I didn't want to play the Lucky Stadium this round because I know that that's going to backfire on me for that, and like I don't have Sprout Tower. That would have been the obvious other like regular counter stadium. And just like with the Gator, I feel like Chaos Gym would kind of ruin the stuff here. Once again, it's not just to tech against one deck. You've got to try and make sure you can actually beat more than that, right? So even if the Narrow Gym's not very good against something like Feraligatr, it's good against a fair few of the other decks in the format. Noctowl hates it, because you want a bench full of Noctowl, right? So, giving them one less space is just nasty in that aspect. And then the other one that we saw here, this was not quite thrown together. I didn't really make too many edits on this one, but this deck is amazing, I'm just going to say that now. Would it be better with a 4th Entei? Probably. I don't have it though, so, you know. I can't complain. I pulled 3 of the same holo in one set. It's like I cannot complain at that whatsoever. And I initially wanted to try and play it with Typhlosion because the Typhlosion, if you get the energy in the discard, obviously it'd be good for it. But I couldn't fit everything in. Simply put, I just couldn't fit everything I wanted in because I wanted to have the Typhlosion. I wouldn't have minded having the Macargo because. Like, even just a couple of it. This thing's damage output can go higher than the Typhlosion. That's the general idea. But, and you can just recharge it, right? That's the general goal. But, I just couldn't fit it in. Like, I have enough of it. It's just, like, where do you find the space? Because you've got to play a lot of fire for the Entei. So, the goal is to, like, deep draw enough that you can get into Entei, get a couple of energy off it, and then I have one more of this too that I could fit in if I want to, and just like jam all the energy back in after you've deep drawn, like gone through with the Misty's Wrath and stuff. Entei, preferably get like 2 to 4 off of it because if you just shuffled a ton back in, and then just rip and tear from there, you know? But I couldn't find the Macargo this time round, despite going, like, you know, double Mary into the Elm, you know, just couldn't find it. So, I had 3 left, and my deck was about 50, was it, I think it was 19 cards, and I had 3 of them left in the deck and just couldn't see it. So, bad luck happens. But, I mean, hey, we got to resolve Entei a couple of times off of that. I got a couple of good discards off it, which is nice. Yeah, this would be better if it was regular Scoop Up. Super Scoop is kind of cool because you could scoop up the Macargo after you've discarded all the energy off it, but it is on a coin toss, and so that's very hit and miss. Regular Scoop Up in Legendary Collection will make this so much better.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
This is a deck I plan to return to when we get to the E-Series, because when we get Oracle as a thing, I think that's in the very last of the sets, like Skyrage, so we maybe get this for one format, but Oracle will let me, it's the same as, who was it, Mallow in Sun and Moon, unless you put the top, any 2 cards from your deck on top of it, so you can guarantee you're going to get 2 energy at minimum off of Entei. So, if we can draw into that, this is going to be a very good deck for that format. But yeah, it's just really cool. Is it like sustainable? Maybe not. Depends how many energy you can get on the Macargo, to be honest, because how many do you need to discard, right? Like Lava Flow can kill babies at the very least without discarding, but yeah, if I could have gotten to like the Croconaw before it evolves, they even just discard 2. 80 damage is very respectable. Not a lot of evolution decks can survive that. So, and unironically, Mary is better than Bill in this deck. Unironically, because you draw 2 and you shuffle 2 fire from your hand back into the deck, so you've got more of them in there to get out with the Entei. It's hilarious to think about, but like, yeah, this shuffle 2 is normally really bad. It's fantastic for this deck. Like,
pretty funny. I think I have a spare Mary. I don't know if you were playing 3 just for lack or for
Well, I did
And the one
only
just for
have
free, but
3. Well, Sai only had 3 when we traded it. I could test a
mm,
4th one. I don't know how I'd fit it in, though. Deck space is surprisingly tight in here, because, like, I do kind of want all the scoop-ups. Yo, Proa, thank you for the raid. Like, I do want the scoops because of being on the coin toss, right? If it was regular scoop-up, maybe we could cut one. So, like, you know, come back on Legendary Collection type thing off it, maybe. But, yeah, like, it's difficult to find the space for the stuff, in the end. The Magby could probably get cut, but I mostly wanted something that wasn't necessarily Slugma that I could hit for focus band damage. You know, because inevitably I'm going to get coin flipped on with this, and then it dies, and I have the Magby that I can clean it up with. Disabling the opponent's powers next turn could be useful. Just got to be careful, because disabling your own Howl would be pretty bad if you need it next turn, but that's what good board management is for, you know?
yeah.
And this is you don't have any fun this week.
Look.
To be fair, this
so-
is actually a deck that gets better in the next set if you can get Experience All, which is poor man's experience share because it discards itself after it's used. But even then, like, that could be a good thing, because then you could put a different tool on, right? Like Goldberry or something. But Experience All just keeping your energy in play more than... even though this is a fairly cheap deck to use, like, if you can take one of those energy that you just had on a knockout, attach it to a new muck, and then you only need one next turn, and you can just go again, right? So it's a pretty consistent out at that point.
The Koga's Muck in here is so that you have to keep attaching more to attack.
See, I like that in theory, but the more I think about it in practice, the less that actually matters. Because, like, you don't normally charge up more than one attacker in the Alligator deck at a time. So it's like, yeah, what happens if you discard one? Well, okay, now he just attaches one that he hadn't had anyway, and it's accomplished basically the same thing. I don't know. I think that is honestly like the weakest link of the deck. I know the Grimace attack is pretty okay, but with how expensive this one is, I feel like that could probably just be more consistency tools and it'd be better.
The thing I was worried about was not having enough basic Pokemon in here and not sure what basic Pokemon to put in that would be good.
Yeah, that is fair as well. I don't necessarily have a good answer for that one at the moment, but
Just have more babies, maybe?
potentially, yeah. Magby's never a terrible shout.
This is not a very mobile deck anyways, it's designed to stick around and cause problems.
Yeah. I think I would agree that Koga's Muck is not terribly good. It's either getting one shot. Well, I guess that's speaking from Alligator perspective. Not every
Right,
deck can
right.
do that. But I
Yeah,
don't think it really does anything against Skater.
Yeah, Tyrogue is the other one that Pell is suggesting here, which I can completely understand. Tyrogue is one of those that's probably going to go underplayed during the stuff here, but it's just hard to fit in some of these decks. Like, obviously it doesn't work in my Fire one. It would probably work in the Kingdra one if I didn't have Pichu, right? But because I have that, I don't want to clog up too much on the stuff that way. Yeah, like, I guess if I didn't have the Paraset tech, that's probably where, like, Tyro could go in instead of the Paras. But, yeah, it's probably going to go a little underplayed, to be honest. It's better than it looks, right? Like, it keeps the baby rule, and I know you've got to flip 2 heads, so apparently that's not a problem, though. So, you flip 2 heads for it, and it one-shots the opponent's baby, whilst also keeping the baby rule. So, if they want to eek, they've got to flip for it.
Yeah.
So, I think it's better than we're probably going to give it credit for here, but at the same time, it's like, I haven't built something I can even use it in right now, so I don't know about everyone else, but...
Anytime I look at it, I just think that I'd rather have Elekid there. Not having to attach is a big deal.
To be fair, this is built before I had Elekid.
Also that, because that was a very late trade, to be honest. I wasn't expecting to get Pichu for that, but it was like the final 2 bits I think that was needed for the Donphan and Fari deck. I was like, you know what, just take them. I'm probably not going to use them enough. I can understand not wanting to attach for it, but at the same time, I mean, it depends on what you're using the Elekid for. If it's staying in the active, you're almost better just using the Tyrogue because the extra 10 damage literally makes the difference here, right?
But then you're flipping twice for babies, which is not ultimately that much better than just doing the Elekid.
Yeah. Also, though, Elekid is much more vulnerable to disruption stuff, so I don't know.
Disruption?
It has a power.
Oh, sure.
So when you actually consider it, like when you're looking at it in terms of the deck that you brought in today, the presence of Elekid just by itself makes it a lot more vulnerable to the Pichu deck that I had if I could have actually like gotten it in a reasonable time frame, right? Because you will most likely have Igglybuff down to stop my Parasect, so that means then your main attacker, your bench sitting Elekid that you had down, and the Igglybuff are going to get hit for 20, and that's 2 prizes that are getting given up if you don't KO the Pichu. So there are definitely big disadvantages to Elekid being stuck in the active there as well, but
yeah, it's definitely not like straight up superior. I get that. There are definitely reasons you would consider playing Tyrogue. I don't think Feraligatr can play Tyrogue, but
to be fair, I also don't think Feraligatr can play Elekid, but you know, I don't think it needs it. Like, any turn that you're using Elekid, you would rather Eek, to be honest.
I don't know. This game is so big on get 3 attachments, Gust, and you win, and missing an attachment for Eek is a big deal.
Yeah.
I kind of agree, because every game in testing and even today, I was like, man, do I want to try to go the Eek route or just go Totodile? And I mean, Totodile ended up working out. I don't know if that was the right choice or not, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's like the worst card you can play or anything. I just don't really see it being that needed here in Combat. But then again, you are, if you can just get the Totodiles down quick enough, which is another kind of fortunate thing with the way stuff went today as well. Like, there's no search for it here, so you've got a lot of draw, I guess, and the Misty's Wrath can be a thing too, but
yeah,
it's like, I don't know, I think having to hard draw it feels scary, right? How many basics have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you could easily play good manners in here and get it out for free that way.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I definitely considered good manners. I love consistency cards, and search is great, but I don't know, just didn't feel important. Like you said, I can raw draw the Totodile easy enough.
yeah, just flip heads every time, and that's it, you know.
Well, I mean, 4 Wrath and 3 Elm and 3 Mission, that's a lot of draw.
Yeah, you've got to discard a ton in order to make these work, though. So, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? It feels very vulnerable to opposing disruption if they can get a remotely decent setup going, like, quick enough. As we saw in the second game against this thing, if I had any way of actually getting Bakago there, then that would have been game over before you even got to do anything. Because I had the attack on like turn 2, turn 3. You're only setting up, that's fine. You're only setting up 1 Gator at a time. So if that gets stopped, your entire game plan dies. And to be fair, that's the same with a lot of decks. But yeah, I think it's especially pertinent there. Yeah. I feel like this is good, if only because any deck that lets you attach more like energy per turn is always going to help, right? The problem with Typhlosion is that it is also a stage 2 that gets one shot by freaking Croconaw. So it takes a lot of setup and doesn't always work. It's on a coin toss too, it's really sad. But what's neat with this, if you build the deck well enough for it, is that you will usually get, like, that one energy one I think is the worst I've ever had off of that Entei, that first one. And, like, yeah, usually I'm getting 2 to 4 off of this thing, and then it's just like, okay, I'm just getting everywhere now. And then Makago comes down and you just wreck everything off of that. So, but not every deck can do that, obviously. There are plenty of decks that just lose to the Gator that are still otherwise very good. Like regular Kingdra off of the stuff here. Probably the bats would have quite a hard time with it as well. Like the dark ones, I mean, like your snipe damage stuff. Because, I mean, you can maybe hit the babies and stuff with it, but it's going to be hard not to just get one shot every time with that, I guess. So that might be a bit of a tough one, but we'll find that out hopefully soon. But yeah,
I'm surprised the cargo wasn't listed as a better, like, more meta option. So it seems like Entei really does contribute to setting up a thing and one-shotting your opponent's thing, and then you win, kind of deal.
Yeah, I think it's honestly the presence of the 2 Gators, because if we take a look at the left one here, there's another very powerful for Alligator in this set, which is also pushing stuff that is weak to water down. So I think there's a little bit of that, and there's a fair bit of we don't quite have all the cards that make it, like, over the top yet. Again, Oracle in the Skyridge is such a huge deal for it, being able to guarantee, you know, the stuff off it. I do agree though, I think this deck is, like, super neat, and when we get Scoop Up back, I have 2 copies of it already, so when we get regular Scoop back, then guaranteeing picking up the Entei again, it's gonna be so good. Just, I don't even need to flip for it at that point. I could just immediately pick it up again, and just, if I want to play it, great. If I don't, still great.
I might have scoops for trade again, depending on how that one goes.
Aye, potentially. So, yeah, no, I'm excited with this one. I even though it was against the water, like, I really needed to show this off, because I think it was just, like, a very, very good idea to go with, and I could still maybe go further with it. There's a card in this set I actually want for that too, but I guess we'll talk about that another time. But it's the Quilava is the other one that you could potentially build around with the stuff here. Not the Typhlosion, although that could work. The Quilava is just in general the one that I really want to build the deck, if for no other reason than to prove to Pepper that kind of deck can work. Because it's going to be pretty similar to what I have here, just with more fire in the deck, right? I have the 3rd time capsule. I have the ways of getting my energy back in deck. It's definitely going to be possible.
2 for 60. If you pull 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent.
It's a little bit fragile in terms of the HP and stuff with it, but it's very, very possible to get that going. Doesn't even take a lot of energy either. Maybe even experience all would be good for that sort of thing. Same reason as the mug, right? You only need 1 extra attachment at that point. But yeah, that's going to be a conversation for another time, because we've gone through quite a bit with that. This was fun. Like, I know it was frustrating because of all the coin toss stuff going against, but overall it was fun. I think we've shown, at the very least, that these decks are capable of competing with it. Gator is not the only thing that you can play in the format, and definitely is, like, the big target for stuff here. I don't know if that's going to persist with the others, like, next week. Although Kib, I think, unfortunately, we're probably not going to see on the weekends at all at this point.
Right. Yeah.
It's unfortunate, like, he can't do Saturday, and Sundays he would have had to have gone an hour and a bit ago in order to get to his work, so I don't think it's really going to be too feasible, which is a shame, but I mean, real life comes first. That's the always the thing with it. But I think we can still have a lot of fun with this. And the next set is super exciting. There's so many. It's a hard set to pull, like, good from, because there's a lot of, even the uncommons, there's almost 40 of them. So good luck getting all the ones you need for like a full playset of some stuff. But there's a lot in here. There's a lot of garbage in here, as there always is as well. These stupid unknowns are really dumb. I'm still mad that I pulled 4 Unknown A in the Neo Discovery, so don't mind me. You know? 3 of them were hollow too. It could have been anything else. Would have been so good. But yeah, it's this is a hard one to pull a lot of copies of the right cards from. But I do implore, like, exploring this set, because I think, on average, the power level of this set is a lot higher than the last 2. And there's so many good cards we could play out of this one that really just... they don't eclipse Gator, obviously, but they definitely compete, even if it's on a slightly different, like, tangent for it. There's a lot you can do here, so...
I unfortunately missed quite a lot of the good stuff when we were doing this.
Yeah, but hey,
I got a lot of the rare trainers.
We'll just have to see. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for playing on the stuff there. If there's anything else you want to discuss on the stuff here?
Don't think so. Yeah, that about covers it.
Did we go over the War Crimes deck down here?
I mean, I didn't necessarily go over too much of the stuff with it. It's not like there's not too much really to go over. We mentioned a little bit on some of this before, and this is a bit different from the one you were trying before, because it's using Fari instead of Donphan, but other than that, it's about the same.
The idea was that Fortress would be better if Bloom got disabled and they were trying to gust around.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally respectable as well. I have a feeling there may be a little bit too much going on with some of the stuff with it, but I can completely understand the direction to go with it here.
I wish I could play just Quad Fortress instead of Donphan.
Yeah, Fari is definitely really cool. I honestly kind of still like the Donphan part just because it does more damage off it. It puts more pressure on. But I do understand, like, if you had the 4 metal and just the quad Fari stuff, probably would be better. But
I don't think there's enough of those floating around for me to feel that.
Nope, not at the moment. Yeah, maybe if there was a double colorless energy format, right? If there was DCE here as well, and you'd be able to do rapid spin for 2 instead of 3, I think that would make it like a lot more enticing. But
yeah,
for free energy to do only 30 with the thing there, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's true. That is, I guess, the main drawback.
One of the meme things I was thinking is if I put a rainbow on the Pineco and one-shot a Croconaut, it would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
It would be very funny. Oh, speaking of that, there is actually a Fortress in the next set that, yeah, it does 60 to itself, but 2 grass energy, 60, and it's grass type, so one shot on for Alligator just by itself. It's pretty amusing.
Just gonna play something that's not named for Alligator, and you guys are all gonna look like chumps with your quad Parasect and all these grass techs.
Again, this is why in this deck I wasn't playing the maxed out thing, because it's like it's not like the worst attacker ever, but it's only got 60 HP, right? So it doesn't survive a lot of other stuff with it. Technically, it is also good against Typhlosion, so long as they don't like Ember kill it or something with on the Gust. But it does technically stun Typhlosion as well. It isn't just for Alligator in this format that it beats. It's obviously best against for Alligator, but Typhlosion's got to deal with it too, and that's kind of annoying. So. But yeah, like I said, GG's on the stuff there. Hopefully we'll get at least a little bit luckier next time off it, because man, that was rough.
And to be fair, I can bring bats to multiple matchups. It's just good.
No, I agree for sure. That's cool.
That's
cool. All right.
Yep.
Well, it's about that time, so I gotta skedaddle.
Sure. Take care, dude.
Same to you. See you next week.
Oh yeah. Marker is on for that. Yeah, that could have gone better, but I mean, hey, it is what it is.
almost had it.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I think the message